Hi guys, and welcome back to my dank dog. This is episode 5 of my next grow in the Vivosun VGrow Smart Grow Box. Let's get into it. Just as a quick reminder, we are growing Blackberry Moonrocks in the Vivosun VGrow Smart Grow Box. And if you guys are interested in any Vivosun gear, you can use my 15% discount code, MyDankDog, on their site. Okay, we are taking a look at a 14-day time lapse. Basically, I've done nothing to this plant for the past 2 weeks other than watch it grow through the observation window. It's been on autopilot, or more specifically, it's been on Grow Pilot, which is part of the Vivosun Smart app. And as you can see in the previous episodes, I followed every single step, basically adjusted a few things by adding perlite to the cocoa mix, but pretty much followed it step by step. Starting the grow, germination, checking the germination, cotyledon checking, and then veg checking. And now we're going to be moving forward onto LST. So it's been a no-brainer. If you're a beginner, this is basically a step-by-step, no-brainer kind of education as well. And if you're an experienced grower, you can change what you want and adjust it as you go through. The recipes that you can set up in this Grow Pilot are either recommended by Vivosun or for you to kind of adjust and play with. We are moving on to LST next, which is low stress training. And again, guys, this is just a guide. If your plant is not ready or you're an experienced grower and don't want to follow the guide exactly, you can change it as you want. But for a beginner, it's fantastic. These videos are step by step, really simplifying the process of growing, and basically it's a no-brainer. You can see in the previous episodes, I followed the videos almost verbatim, almost exactly the same as what they did in those videos on the times that they said. So it's pretty much spot on. I'm not going to be using the trellis net straight away. I'm not ready to use it at the moment. The plant probably, I'm going to say probably needs another week, but that's not a problem. You just don't have to tick it and move on to the next stage yet. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of LST using the grommets on the fabric pot, as well as the twist wire that came with the VGrow kit as well. So yeah, I'm going to be adjusting it. I will be using the trellis, just not yet at the end of this video, probably at some point in the next episode. This Grow Pilot is fantastic. As you can see, this is the Vivosun recommended recipe for my plant. It's got 18 hours on with the light and 6 hours off. I would normally do 24 hours right around the clock on with an auto. The circulation fan is also on, basically the Vivosun recommended recipe, but you can adjust these as well to your own liking. The duct fan, everything is adjustable. The drip irrigation system, I actually have that as a smart add-on and I'll be adding it next week. And there's humidifiers in the grow box as well as add-ons as well. So basically everything is customizable, but you can also use recipes that are predetermined by Vivosun or recommended by Vivosun too. So yeah, it's pretty much covered for the beginner as well as the experienced grower as well. You can either customize it or basically follow it step by step. If you follow it step by step, I actually think it's very educational. It's pretty much something I never had. So yeah, it's really good. If I was a beginner, this would be great for me. Another cool little thing is the notifications. I know that sounds simple, but I get a little bit forgetful sometimes. So it's good to have a reminder that I've got to check in on my lady, or if there's an issue as well, I'm going to get some notifications. So yeah, really, I'm impressed with this Grow Pilot. It's very automated, simplified grow. Okay, I'm going to answer some questions that I got in the last episode. Do I need any other equipment with the Vivosun VGrow Smart Grow Box? And basically, no, you just need to choose a seed and add some water. It's got everything: lights, ventilation, nutrients, grow materials. You can add some smart add-ons, which are a fan, drip irrigation, humidifier, and there's some other options too. But pretty much this kit comes with everything you need just to kind of get started with the grow. You can grow photoperids and autoflowers in the VGrow. They do recommend that the plant is up to 36 inches tall, so it would be worthwhile doing some research on the strains that you are interested in growing. The record yield from a VGrow user to date is 8.8 ounces, and that was with an autoflower, I believe. But some of the recommended grows would be, take a look at something with high yield potential and probably not a tall plant as well. So yeah, you can grow photoperids and autoflowers. I would also pay attention to the LST, the low stress training on the plants. You obviously want to kind of have a plan up front. You don't want to let it get too big and too tall if you know you've got a 36-inch kind of restriction. So you can use topping. You do want to do lollipopping, which is just the ventilation at the bottom end of the plant. So that's a lot of trimming and pruning, but that's probably going to fall below the trellis or scrog net. So you just want to make sure that you're making good use of those as well. But basically, if you follow the Grow Pilot and do a bit of your own research, I don't think you can go wrong. I'm going to be using this fabric pot here because it has the grommets on there as well. So before I start to get into that trellis and scrog net, I'm going to be doing a little bit training just on these grommets on the fabric pot here. Another question was, does the VGrow mask odors? I'm not there yet. This plant doesn't smell yet, but it does have a built-in carbon filter and replaceable odor shields. So the answer is yes, that has been covered by Vivosun. And you can see I've got some replacement odor shields here, although I don't need them yet. I've also got some smart add-ons, which I'm going to be adding to the grow box next week in the next episode, which are these clip-on fans. I've got 2 of them. And basically these utilize the USB ports that are inside the top of the hood, as well as this flex feed drip irrigation system. I didn't want to use this in the first 2 weeks. I just wanted to see how the plant grew, but I'm going to be adding this next week. And so we'll go through that and see how that starts to look within the Grow Pilot 2. Again, guys, just as a reminder, you can use my 15% Vivosun discount code, MyDankDog, on their site. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next episode. I do appreciate all the likes, all the comments, all of the advice. Thanks again, Vivosun, for the VGrow Smart Grow Box. Bye-bye.